This natural sinkhole has inspired numerous ominous tales, probably due to the fact that it's a freaking 100-foot wide black pit in the middle of a desert.
For centuries, a massive, perfectly circular pit in Yemen's desert has been shrouded in fear and mystery. Locals called it the Well of Hell, a place believed to imprison demons, spit out poisonous air, and reject even prayers. But what if all those terrifying stories weren't true? What if the real terror was how little we understood it? In 2021, a team of explorers flew a drone into this ominous abyss and uncovered footage that didn't confirm ancient myths. Instead, it shattered them entirely. Prepare yourself for a journey deep into this forbidding sinkhole. The mystery of the well. In the heart of Yemen's vast desert lies an enigmatic abyss known as the Well of Barhut, more ominously called the Well of Hell by locals. It is a nearly perfect circle, about 100 feet wide and plunging more than 360 feet deep. This massive sinkhole stands silent and imposing, its sharp edges remarkably smooth, as if carved by a force not understood by current science. For thousands of years, it has remained untouched, a forbidding scar on the arid landscape that no one dared to approach. What is striking about this pit is how it seemingly defies natural explanation. There are no signs of construction, no tools or carvings to tell of human involvement, and no written records documenting its origin or purpose. Its existence is shrouded in silence and suspicion, surrounded by an aura of ancient mystery. Satellite maps showed little detail, and modern explorers had long avoided it, deterred by the sheer remoteness and the legends that warn against venturing near. The well's isolation also adds to its compelling enigma. Situated in Yemen's Al-Mahra province near the Oman border, the region is one of the hottest and driest on the Arabian Peninsula. The desert around it is cracked and sun-baked, stretching endlessly with no sign of life close to the pit's edge. Yet, despite the harsh environment, green vegetation clings stubbornly to the rim, nourished by some hidden source unknown to those who feared the well. From the surface, the well seems like a silent void, swallowing sound and light alike. Those who dared get close described an unsettling stillness, where echoes vanish and the air feels heavier. Even the bravest villagers and travelers chose to avoid it, going miles out of their way to skirt this forbidden zone. What lay at the bottom was a secret guarded by time and terror, one that fueled stories and fears passed down through generations. The fear itself became a force. It shaped behavior and belief. Parents warned children never to venture near, and local legends pinned the well as a boundary between worlds, a gateway to the underworld, or a prison for supernatural beings. Its sheer presence commanded respect and wariness, a symbol of an unknowable darkness beneath the earth. This mystery, impenetrable and silent, stood uninterrupted for millennia. Yet, beneath this fear and mystery lay something that defied logic and yet remained unseen. Everyone knew of the pit, but no one could say what it actually contained. The contrast between its undeniable physical presence and total inaccessibility made it an irresistible source of speculation. Legends and whispers filled the void where knowledge should have been. As the world watched, a team of Omani explorers prepared to challenge centuries of superstition, heading straight toward the heart of the forbidden zone. Legends and local beliefs. The Well of Barhut has long been wrapped in stories of the supernatural, layered with warnings and omens that fueled generations of fear. According to local Yemeni tradition, the well is not just a physical pit, but a mystical prison. It is said to be the final holding place for evil jinn, demonic spirits mentioned in the Quran, banished and trapped deep beneath the earth. These legends transformed the well into a symbol of cosmic justice and terror alike. Whispers of cursed air and sinister voices seem to come from the abyss itself. Locals claim that anyone who ventures too close may hear unsettling whispers, calls from the unseen depths seeking to draw the curious down into darkness. Travelers and villagers alike recount tales of animals behaving strangely. Birds avoided flying overhead, and other wildlife refused to approach near the rim. These stories elevated the well beyond a simple geological curiosity into a living nightmare for the imagination. The Prophet Muhammad's hadith further deepened the dread surrounding this place. While the well is not named directly, many believe a reference to a location in Yemen where the worst water on earth comes from points to Barhut. This religious association lent the well a sacred, frightening importance, equating its waters and air to deadly curses. The implication was that the well was not only physically dangerous, but spiritually contaminated. Local folklore described the air at the bottom as poisonous, which could neutralize anyone who entered the area. The stories said that corpses dropped into the well vanished forever because the abyss absorbed them. The myths contained such strength that they prevented any attempt to explore the area. The well became known as a deadly place because no one had survived after entering it for hundreds of years. The intense collective fear developed into a force that controlled the actions of entire communities. The story received an additional element from the reports of unusual lights that appeared during nighttime. People believed that mysterious glows and flickers at the well site revealed the presence of otherworldly beings who remained trapped there or of energies which departed from the well. The dark pit created a situation where people could experience impossible things, while they believed that actual natural rules had become non-existent. The combination of natural mystery and spiritual danger created a terrifying sight which no map could accurately display. The earth itself appeared to support the existence of the stories. Villagers and explorers from nearby areas reported a strong, sulfurous odor, which they associated with death and burning spirits who remained trapped underground. Some people believed that this odor originated from the trapped jinn who existed in the pit. The details about senses which existed in the social environment created a legendary atmosphere around the pit, which made people afraid of what they might see and what they might breathe in without knowledge. Despite these legends, a new chapter awaited, as explorers equipped with modern technology prepared to breach this ancient barrier, aiming to replace fear with knowledge through daring and discovery. The Omani Exploration Team. In September of 2021, a small but determined group of Omani cave explorers known as the OCET Team arrived at the edge of Yemen's well of Barhut, ready to confront centuries of fear. Their mission was clear yet daunting: to enter the well, map its depths, and capture clear images of what lay hidden for millennia. With ropes, gas monitors, helmets, and a high-resolution drone, they were prepared to confront both the physical challenges and the psychological weight of the task. The team's arrival was met with a heavy silence, both from the environment and within their own ranks. The cracked, brittle ground beneath their boots matched the tension in the air, a palpable heaviness that seemed to press down on them. Muhammad al-Kindi, the team's geology professor and leader, had explored caves across the Arabian Peninsula, but he described this place as different, untouched, and feeling ancient in a way that unsettled even experienced explorers. Careful and deliberate, the men unloaded their equipment near the well's rim, a nearly perfect 30-meter-wide circle like a black coin pressed into the desert floor. The drop ahead was sheer and windless, a dark cavity that swallowed sound without echo, making even the smallest noises vanish into the void. Satellite imagery had prepared them for the scale, but nothing could capture the eerie presence that met them in person. The team divided their tasks with calm efficiency. 3 members would descend by rope into the well's upper depths, while the rest stayed above to fly the drone into the deeper, more treacherous chambers beyond human reach. The drone mission was dangerous because the shaft's narrow dimensions and its irregular shape created crash risks. The team needed this method to observe the entire vertical area because they could not put people in danger. The drone took off from the ground, while a team member operated it from a distance that remained close to the dangerous edge. The live feed revealed surfaces glistening with moisture, hidden pockets carved into the walls, and strange pockets of shadow that teased the unknown. The team maintained their silent watch as the drone progressed downward, which showed them a new scene that combined elements of the strange and the frightening. The rope team started their descent from the upper level while they maintained their safety procedures. The harness creaked and the ropes created tension, which produced sounds that reached both people above and those below. The well darkened as its light source from above diminished, which allowed the well to start disclosing its hidden knowledge. The explorers experienced both wonder and discomfort because they anticipated seeing an undiscovered realm that no one else had ever seen since ancient times. The drone's descent into the dark heart of the pit soon captured scenes that no one expected, revealing a strange but vibrant world far removed from the legends of doom. Inside the well. As the drone descended into the depths of Yemen's Well of Barhut, it captured a world unlike anything anyone expected. The live feed revealed damp rock walls shimmering with moisture, narrow ledges, and small chambers carved into the shaft, and dark recesses that seemed to stretch infinitely downward. The drone's sensors even detected sudden gusts of upward wind, puzzling the team because the open shaft's shape shouldn't create such an airflow. Shadows flickered across the video, a cluster of moving shapes that held the explorers silent in tense anticipation. Meanwhile, the team rappelling down the walls witnessed their first surprise. Far from the terrifying visions the legends painted, the well revealed itself to be hauntingly beautiful. Ancient rock layers, mineral veins, and damp patches glittered under their helmets. The cool, moist draft differed sharply from the arid desert above, suggesting hidden water sources that contradicted fears of poison and death. As they descended about 100 feet, the explorers found a ledge opening into a spacious chamber, its ceiling adorned with stalactites and green algae, a testament to life in the shadows. The walls of the chamber seemed almost cathedral-like, carved over millions of years by natural processes rather than supernatural forces. Yet, the contradictions continued. There were no signs of smoke, sulfur clouds, or the stench of decay that local myths had long associated with the pit. The small, skeletal remains resting on a flat rock surface seemed untouched by fire or malformation, looking as if small animals had simply fallen and decayed naturally. This silent scene presented a stark contrast to centuries of fear and rumor. As the drone ventured deeper, its cameras caught images of narrow rock bridges, shelves suspended mid-air, and subchambers seemingly stacked within the main cavity, turning the pit into a labyrinth beneath the desert. The thermal camera detected unexpected heat signatures, not from animals but from warm, humid air currents rising inexplicably. The phenomenon baffled the team. Warm air shouldn't push up from such a cold, deep pit. The well seemed to breathe, its atmosphere behaving with a life of its own, yet devoid of any malevolent presence. One chamber revealed a patch of vibrant moss, thriving quietly under the drip of fresh stalactites. This isolated oasis of green was all the more shocking given the well's fearsome reputation and foreboding legends. The drone's footage, circulating widely after release, stunned scientists as much as the public. It showed an ancient ecosystem thriving in darkness, untouched by sunlight or human interference for perhaps thousands of years. The well was no prison of evil, it was a cradle of unexpected life. Despite their wonder, the team couldn't suppress a creeping sense of unease. Fear often comes from what we don't understand, and here the usual signs of danger were absent. Instead, what lay beneath was a silent truth, challenging deep-rooted human beliefs. After hundreds of meters of descent and hours underwater, the footage continued revealing complexity and beauty that no horror story could match. While the drone soared unseen below the rim, the explorers on ropes moved deeper into the well, prepared to bring back even more startling evidence. Debunking the myths. What the Omani explorers uncovered beneath Yemen's Well of Barhut refuted every legend that had built its fearful reputation. When they collected water samples from the deepest chambers they could reach, the clear, fresh liquid stunned experts. Contrary to centuries-old warnings of poisonous water, Analysis showed this groundwater was among the cleanest ever recorded in the region. The long-held belief in toxic dangers dissolved, replaced by a pristine source of life hidden beneath the desert. The team's observations upended stories of deadly air and vanished bodies as well. The breathable atmosphere deep in the well, the presence of thriving moss, algae, and living insects all spoke to a functioning ecosystem rather than a cursed void. Skeletal remains of small animals appeared natural, not victims of perilous forces. No signs of sulfur clouds or foul smells consistent with burning or decay were found, disproving claims of malevolent supernatural activity. These findings sparked broad scientific praise and public amazement. The discovery that this so-called well of hell was actually a rare and delicate microhabitat captured imaginations worldwide. The OCET team was commended for courageously challenging a natural landmark once feared and misunderstood. Environmentalists urged the protection of Barhut's fragile ecosystem, calling it a natural heritage site rather than a place of dread. The scientific investigation led to a necessity to assess how myths affect human understanding. The world experienced its greatest terror from the discovery that people had spent more than 1,000 years fearing things instead of exploring them. The footage showed not a place of death, but a mirror reflecting human tendencies, how easily the unknown becomes evil in our minds, how silence can birth myths unchecked by evidence. Religious scholars expressed their opinions about the Hadith, which describes the worst water on earth, because they believed some Hadith explanations should be understood as metaphorical meanings and cultural particularities, which described Barhout. The jinn stories functioned as protective narratives, which warned people to stay away from hazardous areas. The act of myth creation stopped when evidence of truth appeared, and this new development created space for faith and scientific knowledge to exist together. Some people refused to accept the new development. The skeptics doubted whether the footage showed everything or whether it was real, because they believed the well contained undisclosed secret information. As this new understanding spread, the well of Barhut stood transformed, from a well of hell to a symbol of how courage and technology can illuminate the darkest corners of our world. The deeper meaning. The exploration of Yemen's well of Barhut challenged more than just ancient myths. It confronted the way humans relate to the unknown. For centuries, this pit was wrapped in fear, superstition, and silence, a dark mirror reflecting our instinct to fill gaps in knowledge with stories of terror. What the Omani team revealed was a powerful reminder that sometimes what we fear most is not reality itself, but our imagination's shadow. It urged us to question long-held beliefs and embrace curiosity over fear. In many ways, the well symbolizes the tension between tradition and science. The legends served protective and cultural roles, deterring danger and preserving stories passed through generations. Yet, when faced with technological advances and exploration, those stories were called into question, revealing the power and limits of cultural narratives. This dynamic is not unique to Barhut, but echoes in how societies worldwide wrestle with change and evidence. This journey beneath the surface also highlights humanity's unending quest to explore and understand the world. The courage of the Omani explorers, armed with drones and determination, transformed a forbidden place into a new frontier of knowledge. Their mission underscores how technology can illuminate even the darkest, most feared environments, sparking wonder rather than dread. The well's story is a testament to the spirit of inquiry that drives progress and dispels ignorance. At its core, the well reminds us that fear often fills the void left by uncertainty. For centuries, silence and the absence of answers bred stories of demons and curses. Now, confronted with clear evidence of life, clean water, and natural beauty, we are invited to reconsider how we face what we don't understand. The well encourages us to replace fear with wonder and to see the unknown as a frontier of potential discovery instead of a source of dread. The expedition marks the beginning of the story because it continues to develop. The Well of Barhut remains only partially explored. The underground areas of the system might contain undiscovered information, while the circular formation's geological origin remains an unresolved mystery. The ongoing mystery demonstrates that natural phenomena will continue to amaze people after myths lose their power. The statement serves as a reminder to maintain open-mindedness and humble attitudes toward scientific knowledge that remains undiscovered. The situation demonstrates the fundamental need for people to safeguard delicate ecosystems which exist throughout Barhut. The pit, which people once considered to be cursed, now serves as an exceptional yet delicate ecosystem which supports life that needs to stay hidden from sunlight. The discoveries show why people must protect natural wonders, especially those which face threats from human activities and climate change. The combination of scientific research and conservation efforts exists to honor these protected areas. The Well's narrative demonstrates how humans develop their psychological makeup through their tendency to allow fear-based thinking to dominate their storytelling practices while they refuse to accept new information. The journey into the Well of Barhut leaves us with a profound truth. Fear grows in the absence of understanding. By daring to explore, we uncover not monsters, but nature's hidden grace. And in that discovery, we find hope. If you enjoyed this story, please like and subscribe for more fascinating explorations into the mysteries of our world. Thanks for watching.